I just want to take a quick minute and talk about Gypsy Rose's friend Bri. Have you noticed that when Bri and Gypsy are together, Bri just seems really uncomfortable, kind of awkward like? And it's so clear to see that Gypsy, she doesn't really consider Bri to be a friend. In my opinion, Gypsy's just using Bri to defend her, and to keep putting the story out there, trying to get it out there that Gypsy's this good, wonderful person. Because Bri honestly believes all these lies that Gypsy has fed her. And Bree cannot see that Gypsy is just using her, and it's kind of sad. And, Bree. One thing I don't agree with though is Bree is getting a lot of hate for her looks and for being overweight. I don't think that's right. No matter how much you disagree with someone, I don't think it's ever right to attack the way that they look, right? And I just want to say this. Now, I don't agree with anything Bree says concerning Gypsy, any opinion Bree has about Gypsy. I do not agree at all. But I do want to say Bree is actually the kind of friend that anybody would be lucky to have. That girl is so loyal. She is willing to take all the hatred, the criticism, the bullying, everything that comes her way just to stand up for Gypsy. And do you think Gypsy would do anything for Bree, go out of her way for Bree? I don't think so. There's not a lot of people that are that loyal and that willing to go that hard for somebody as Bree does for Gypsy. And I'm trying to think, what does Bree get out of this? Because I don't think they're spending a lot of time together. I don't think they're hanging out. I don't think they're having long girl talk conversations on the phone. I don't think none of that's going on. And it kind of makes me feel bad for Bree, actually. I mean, does she not have a lot of friends? Or I, I actually feel bad for the girl. Because, like I said, she seems, except for the fact of she believes Gypsy's lies and is standing up for Gypsy, besides that, and she has done some doxing other creators and done this other stuff, but I truly believe that Gypsy manipulated her into doing that. But besides that stuff, she seems to be an okay person. I mean, that loyalty, that is something else. She is so loyal. And then I'm thinking, what is Gypsy paying her to do this? But I don't really think so. I think that Bree, for whatever reason, I cannot figure it out, she just really wants Gypsy to be her friend for some reason. And so she's continually trying to show Gypsy, hey, I think that this isn't right. They're saying this. I'm gonna get on TikTok and tell people this ain't the truth. This ain't the truth. Gypsy's a good person, and she's gonna keep this narrative going that Gypsy's this wonderful, kind-hearted person. You just got to get to know her, and that's why Gypsy keeps her around. But what is Bree getting out of this relationship? That's what I want to know. I'm really confused by this. Because it really seems with how loyal she is, and she seems like she cares about Gypsy, and it seems like she would do just about anything that Gypsy asked her to do. So if she is like that to her friends, I mean, why doesn't she have a whole bunch of friends? I mean, maybe she does. I don't know, but I'm just confused by the whole relationship between the two. Because she deserves so much more. Bree deserves so much more out of a friend. She deserves someone to be defending her too. Like I said, I can't stand Gypsy. I think everything she says is a lie. Gypsy should be on here making videos. You talking about y'all are wrong for talking about Bree. Making fun of her weight and this and that, but we don't hear. But Gypsy doesn't utter a peep. But she, clearly says Bree will stand up and defend her. And basically, that's why she keeps her around. That just goes to show you, Gypsy doesn't know how to treat anybody. She's got a good friend in that girl. And I believe the only reason she had her on the live watching the show and then took her to the store, the adult store, or whatever, is because people are thinking the same as me. If Bree is claiming that y'all are such good friends, but we don't ever see you hanging out. I don't think y'all are having, deep conversations on the phone. None of that. It's just a strange situation, isn't it? Let me know. What do you think? Why does Bree continue to be friends with Gypsy? I mean, we all know Gypsy's manipulating this girl. So I guess we don't know what Gypsy's telling her behind closed doors. But what do you think? Why does Bree continue to be friends with Gypsy when she clearly really isn't getting anything out of this friendship? Except, or is it like she likes the attention this friendship's giving her? The attention she's getting online? I can't even see that because most of it's negative attention. I'm just baffled by this one. Just another case of me rambling, random thoughts going through my head. But tell me, seriously, what do you think? Why does Bree continue to be friends with Gypsy when I can't see a benefit to this friendship? Let me know. Tell me what you think. I'm curious to know. I'll see you next time.